Kevin Spacey and Jennifer Aniston.
So have you had enough of that conversation?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, just checking then.
Oh, okay. They're going to be in talking about horrible bosses. Well, I say they're going to be in. We spoke to them earlier this week.
No, you say you. Did you want to have another run at that sentence?
After
You spoke to them earlier on.
Yes.
I wasn't invited. And the reason I wasn't invited
They
was
didn't want to speak to you.
They didn't want to speak to the bloke who said she's a face fit for television.
Yeah, and you said, did you mention her TV face, is what you said to me this morning.
And your answer to that question was...
Funnily enough,
it didn't come up.
And most of the questions that I asked for, tweeting at Wittertainment, so, all right, about to do Kevin Spacey and Jennifer Aniston, what are your questions? And they were kind of respectful and interesting questions for Kevin, and sort of less so for Jennifer, which I thought was, unfair.
Yes, and not very chivalrous.
Kevin, what's the favourite award that you've got? Oscar, Golden Globe, etc. Jennifer, what's your favourite haircut? Now, how is that going to work in an interview situation without annoying one of the most famous actresses in TV land?
Very good. Did you
Do you know how many
in the
movies she's
interview,
done? How many movies?
Did you get as tied up in knots as you did just saying that just then?
Jennifer's she's a powerful stage presence.
Yeah,
how many movies has she done, would you say?
Probably 15, 20, something like that.
26.
Really?
About that. Yeah,
Oh.
This is a 26 movie. You can hear from Jennifer and from Kevin, and I'm in respectful mode, of course. After 2:30, it's going to be Kevin Spacey, and it's going to be Jennifer Aniston.
Ken and Jen.
Yeah, they're going to be talking about their new movie, which is called Horrible Bosses. And Jon Stewart on The Daily Show did a wonderful stuff about, this
He
week's...
did a wonderful stuff.
Sorry, that was very bad. Sorry. He performed...
You're not at Radio 2 yet. That won't cut the mustard here at Radio 5.
He performed a very entertaining routine all about Hatgate, in the background of which they changed the movie. They changed the poster to Horrible Bosses to put Brooks, Murdoch and Murdoch in there, which was a very smart piece. However, that was after we did the interview.
Okay.
And it's always excellent to have Kevin Spacey back on the show, although you probably... I don't know whether you remember coming on the show before when Mark was here. I think we were talking about Recount last time. You were talking
wow,
about...
that was 2008.
Yeah. But that was a fun project, and I remember that particularly because we did the box office top 10, and you did it as Christopher Walken.
Oh, yes, I do remember this.
And Al Pacino. It's one of our favourite top 10s, actually, Kevin, I have to tell you. So.
Excellent.
So anyway, it's good to have you back on the show, and here we go with Horrible Bosses, in which you play, surprisingly, a horrible boss. So just explain quite how horrible you are, Kevin, in this.
Well, when I finished shooting, I thought they were going to have to change the title to Really, Really Horrible Bosses. But then I saw the movie and I thought, well, actually, maybe I'm not the worst of them. Maybe, I don't know, Colin's pretty bad. And, although Jennifer's very enticing, it is a bit of sexual harassment.
That's true. So, and we're going to speak to Jennifer Aniston shortly. But so explain Dave Harkin and how he kind of... well, you don't really interact with the other bosses. Well, you interact with one of them. So just explain what the basic premise is.
Well, the basic premise is that, and I think a lot of... of your listeners will be able to relate to this. You have an incredibly stupid or horrible boss, and you decide to kill them. And unfortunately, in the case of this movie, the three protagonists, I guess you could call them, the employees, are played with enormous stupidity by Jason and Charlie Day. And they go about attempting to kill their bosses, and just about everything that could go wrong goes wrong. And in the midst of that, I play a guy who's an incredible kind of freakish dictator who has a little bit of a jealousy problem with his wife.
Yes. So, I mean, I guess you could say if any boss deserves to die, you're one of them.
Yeah, and oddly, I don't.
Let's pick up some of those points now with Jennifer Aniston, who's with us, who plays Dr. Julia Harris. Is this the fruitiest language you have used in a film?
In a film, yes.
Yes. Were you allowed to, because a lot of it feels, certainly the scenes that you have with Charlie Day, who plays your dental assistant,
right.
It kind of feels as though you're having fun and improvising a little. Is that true?
That is true. I mean, honestly, the script was written so perfectly. Her character was written to the point where you really needed to mess with nothing. But every once in a while, we would sort of course, change a line here or there, or ad-lib something in here or there. Seth would say, try this, try that, say that. Just trying to go farther and farther and farther with it.
Yeah, well, you took it quite a long way.
Yeah. Well, we took as far as we could.
Yes, I mean, there's let's be frank. There's a lot of straddling involved.
Yeah, there is.
Yes, Do you think people will be surprised, shocked?
I mean, sure. I guess so. It seems that's what the word on the street is.
You sound as though you're surprised if people react like that.
No, I'm not surprised. I think it is. I mean, it's not something that you're used to seeing. So that's sort of the fun of it.
But
it's
it's
hoping that people will be surprised and in a good way and go have some fun.
And to be given a female comedy role like this, would presumably you thought, yep, absolutely, saw the script and thought, yep, I'm going to have fun with that.
Exactly. That's exactly right. I mean, from the first scene and then the second scene, it just got better and better and better, and I couldn't wait to say yes.